and we're going to say hello to one Heather from the Sunshine and Powercuts podcast. Let's get her in here, all the way from New Zealand.
G'day, mate.
Okay, there we go. Go away, you thing. Oh, Heather, I'm sorry. Tell her to hit send again or something. I tried to accept her. Oh, there she is. I almost broke it. That was almost my fault. I almost broke it. Don't worry about me. I'm doing fine. How are you?
Hey, I'm okay. How you doing?
Uh,
Hanging in there.
fine.
It's not as late as last time I joined last year.
That is true. So I'm more alert and awake and ready for the sun at night to shine in on the live stream for the cure. Heather, if none of you know, hosts an amazing show called the Sunshine and Power Cuts podcast, which will always, always, always brighten your day. So Heather, tell us a little bit about you.
So I'm Heather. I'm in New Zealand and I do host a podcast called Sunshine and Powercuts. It's got two types of episodes that alternate. There are sunshine ones that offer inspiration drawn from nature, and in the Powercut ones, I kind of share my stories of living off the grid.
Dan Brennick donated $10 to say, Heather, give us a piss off, ghost.
Oh, piss off, ghost. There you go.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Man. Thanks, Dan.
Worth it.
Yeah.
That was worth $10 right there.
You're from New Zealand, so we're only allowed to talk to you in Thor Ragnarok and Lord of the Rings references.
Okay.
Friend me.
But it's good to be back for Livestream for the Cure. So good to be back.
Thank you so much for coming back. And you also do a wonderful biannual, something like
Yeah.
that, event called the Sunshine Summit, where you actually gather a whole bunch of people together from the podcasting community all over the world and talk to them about their stories and stuff, which is so much fun. And I absolutely adore that. It's wonderful. Oh, she's got the mugs in the background. I just saw that.
Yeah. I'm collecting them. I've got last year's one and this year's one. And yeah.
I was really distracted there. I'm sorry. Sometimes Geek, Heather.
Hey, dear.
Podcastage, Heather Hype.
Hey, Banjo.
So
And Luke. Hey, Luke.
last year, you sang for us. I don't think you're going to sing this year. I think you're going to avoid that, right?
Okay, I'll throw this out there. I'm not a good singer, but if someone donates something massive, then yeah, maybe. That was very non-committal. But what I do have today is the same as last year. I've got for the top 3 donations my downtime dice, because I think they're really important. Like, cancer is something that's very exhausting for the person going through it, but also the people caring for them. And if that's not even in a thing for you, that's amazing. But we can all get busy and forget to sort of take time out and do self-care. So that's my prizes for the donations today.
Well, thank you. We really, really appreciate it. So please, ladies and gentlemen, right down below that beautiful face, you'll find a big red button. Go ahead and smack it. Donate to the live stream for the cure. Everything goes to the Cancer Research Institute, to a very, very, very good cause. So Heather, what kind of fun New Zealand-ish shenanigans do you have for us this morning, I guess, this afternoon for you?
This afternoon, yeah. I can answer questions from the chat. I was going to share a couple of my stories, and that's because I want to make them like my dedication today for the donation that I'm going to make during the segment. Then I also wanted to ask people what their activities are that they do for self-care and downtime, because I've got the downtime dice, which has amazing prompts to help inspire you, but I want to get some feedback from them. And yeah.
Well, there you go, chat. Light it up. What do you do? I forget what you
To
said.
take some time out. To take some time out for you, to take a break. I do have strong feelings about New Zealand not being on maps, is a question in the chat. We kind of get left off from time to time. But yeah, it's good to be on the live stream for the Cure map.
Yes. We love you. Thank you so much for being here. Seriously, it means the world to me. And you're just one of my favorite people literally on the entire planet. I really, really appreciate you being here.
No worries. Anytime. Next year, I'll be back.
This is going to be the whole segment, folks. Just me being like, Heather, I love you.
But also, I am going to be back on the live stream for the cure. I'm going to help Kate from Ignorance Was Bliss. So
Which
I'm
I
going to
can't
wake
wait
up
for.
super ridiculously early and come and do that one.
Yeah, what time will that be for you?
3:30 in the morning.
Oh my God. Oh. Well, without further ado, I will. The floor is yours.
Cool. Bandrew said that he watches horror movies, chats in voice chat and Discord, and listens to music. That's what he does for downtime. And on the downtime dice, there are quite a few prompts, and one of them is music, which is awesome. It's something that I really enjoy doing. And I think it's the reason why I chose this as my reward is because it's fun to pick up and do. It's like a tactile thing. You can sort of take you out of the moment that you're in. When we get overwhelmed, it's hard to sort of think beyond what's happening right now, or hard to think of what to do, and it just gives you little prompts along the way. So
Uh-oh. Sometimes Geek with a $5 donation. Thank you so much.
thank you. Kate said everybody loves Heather. I don't know about that, but she
They
goes to her
should.
glass beach when she can, and if she can't, she sorts the glass by color. So that's another thing, like something that is creative or tactile, or I think she mentioned to me one time like fiber crafts, which is a really good way of de-stressing and doing something. So yeah, Luke has his downtime consists of listening to podcasts, and that's a great way, is to sort of be still and listen. Podcasts are a great way. Music's a great way, and there's a whole host of different podcasts to listen to, including Luke, who's talking. Yeah. So, what do you do for, like, this time is live stream for the cure is going for like 40 hours. So one of the prompts is be screen free, which is not something I recommend just right now. Maybe after the live stream, the cure's over and done with, and you'll probably want to decompress a little bit afterwards, Nick.
A little bit.
Yeah.
I want to decompress after today, and then I'm like,
Yeah.
me and Dan will be like, oh, we got to wake up tomorrow and do this for another 16 hours, and it's like,
Hooray!
oh God.
Hey, Lisa and Sam, both of you from I Shake My Head. Nice to see you. Ariel Eyes, whose papercraft cooking video has been getting into dice something recently. Downtime is imaginary, but sometimes sleep will yell at your dog. I think playing pets are a really great way. Dogs, walking them. Cats, I have a cat and I love just spending time with him. His name's Shadow. He's got this really bad habit at the moment of scratching on the front door or the ranch slider door to come in at like 2 o'clock in the morning, or to go out again at 4 o'clock in the morning. It's worse than having a small child. But he's there and he's like, it's really nice to have that companion and someone who, I don't know, just enjoy.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Another one is be active. Anyone like to get out and go for walks or do any outdoor activities, play sports? I haven't played a sport for a long time. Probably should.
Same.
But I do like walking, and it's really great going out and seeing just what's around you. Maybe you might notice something in nature. Maybe you might see something in the neighborhood that's changed. I know that Luke shared some pictures of his neighborhood that they'd just sort of done some renovations on. So it's cool to see progress, and you can do that by sort of going slower and walking past things rather than just driving everywhere. Getting out on your bike, going for a bike ride. Another one is read, play, learn. And that's a cool one because it helps give us new ideas and sort of takes us out of what we're thinking about. We can watch documentaries or other stuff on YouTube and go down a rabbit hole of whatever you might find. And I know that's not screen free, but like reading books or taking up a class or doing a course, something like that, to sort of give you some other skills and help take you out of the moment and give you something else when things become a little bit overwhelming. Practicing gratitude. I'm super grateful for everyone who's been involved in Livestream for the Cure. I'm so grateful for all the hard work you've put into it, Nick. It's amazing.
Thank you.
Absolutely incredible.
I could not do it without that guy over there lying on the couch.
Yeah.
I wish I was dead.
He will after Sunday. Oh, I completely forgot to update my screen. But it's so bad about this. Like sometimes I'm good at it, and sometimes I'm really bad at updating the screen image. So it's like the actual show that's on the air. Sorry.
Don't worry, I'm worse with updating like
Oh,
guest.
there she is.
Yay. With my show, with the two different types of episodes, it's kind of like one of those things to listen to, maybe to help give you a few minutes, just a break from what's happening and something different to listen to, and to get you to think about where you are right now and what's going on around you, or to help you prompt you to get a change of perspective or something. The Sunshine episode that I've been working on for a very long time is called Ebb and Flow, and I'm really looking forward to when that one comes out. And it was a bit of a journey going through preparing that one, because ebb and flow can apply to a lot of areas of our lives. We can have ebbs in motivation and energy. So you might be feeling a little bit of ebb as you get closer to the end of today's first round of live streams.
Just
But then with each new guest that comes on board, there might be a surge of more energy and creativity and fun and entertainment that comes along. So there's all of those things. And it then got a little bit hard because I collected a few more cancer stories since last year. So before Live Stream for the Cure last year, my uncle passed from cancer. And then early this year, we lost Perry Johnson, which was heartbreaking. And I was really grateful that you joined me for the Sunshine Summit in March to sort of talk about that and shine a little light on him, because it was so hard not having him here just a whole year later after I launched the summit.
and we have a donation from Kate. Ignorance was bliss, $20. Thank you so much, Kate. Kate will be live tomorrow with Heather
Yeah.
at the ass crack of dawn.
I don't even think that's dawn. I think
That's not even, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So thank you so much, Kate, for doing that. I'm looking forward to being with you tomorrow. She's picked a good case for us to cover. So, yeah. Miss Perry a lot. And then just last weekend, I went to the funeral of a family friend who lost their battle with throat cancer. So I don't want to collect any more stories. I'm really passionate about supporting the Cancer Research Institute to help immunotherapy, to help people get better and, get through this. It was interesting at the funeral, though. It was one of those really good ones where it was a huge celebration of life. There were lots of great stories from people who gave tributes when they were there. And it's hard because it was a family friend, so not super close to me, but I'd spent a little bit of time with them in the last few months, taking family down to visit, because it was down in Wellington, which is a bit of a drive from where I am. And just making the most of that time that we have. And it was downtime. We had a cup of tea and we had pikelets and we sat and talked, and, just making the most of those moments, I guess. Yeah. Hey, Mark. Nice to see you. Thanks for coming by.
And I actually turned on the slideshow on the right hand side of the screen. These are a whole bunch of. I asked Lindsay to send a whole bunch of images of her and Perry, and she sent through just some absolutely just wonderful images. Some of which you can tell was when he was in treatment and things like that, and some of them, obviously beforehand. But I love looking at these pictures. They're so wonderful.
Yeah. I think that's what shone out, was that I didn't have too much to do with Perry and Lindsay, really. I only got to talk to them a couple of times, mainly for the pod stuff, and then they came on the Sunshine Summit in March when I launched last year. And through listening to Hello Life WTF and what they were trying to do with the pod stuff and shine a light on everyone else, it was amazing. And when I think Perry was diagnosed, I said that I was sending Perry all my sunshine, and he goes, "That's a lot of sunshine." Whoa.
Yeah.
But he made you feel good, and he had a laugh, and it was amazing. And it's just, very heartbreaking that he's not
They
there.
always built people up, which I
did.
think is one of the best things that you can do as a person. Is you focus so much on just putting energy into other people and building other people up, and that's a rare thing, because a lot of people, well, not a lot of people, but some people are selfish and they don't want to give that light to other people. And some people, like Perry was definitely like that. You're definitely like that, where you just love to give other people that light and let them shine a little bit, even if they're not shining or whatever. It helps pick them up, and I think that's wonderful. That's a quality that more people need in the world.
Yeah. practicing gratitude is one of the things, the prompts on the downtime dice, and that could be something. It's just being grateful for the people that you have, and then it helps you sort of think about maybe what you could do for them. I think there is another one which is give, and that's about sort of being
Mm-hmm.
doing something for others because it helps you feel good as well. Like together we can shine bright and light up the world. That's what I like to say. All of those things. Um, yeah, the service that I went to the other weekend, like I was saying, had really good stories, and it was really awesome when people get together. It's not awesome getting together and having to say goodbye to
No.
someone, but it is when you come together and that person has left such an impact on the world. And one of the people at the service read out a poem which I wanted to share with you today during this segment. It's called The Dash, and it's by Linda Ellis. The copyright and whatever is Inspire Kindness from 1996, the-poem.com if you want to look it up.
Bandrew Scott, $100 donation. F cancer. Thank you so much, Bandrew. Thank you for the amazing donation. And we are at 36.5% of the goal, $2,740, just about.
Thank you so much, Andrew. He's been amazing support, by the way. Like this incredible person that I've had. Yeah, thank you.
Dan
so
is
much.
not being amazing support right now.
No. There's a comment. Uncle Eddie always said a bear and a duck go together. That's interesting. And I didn't read that first before I was going to read it out. But yeah.
Caleb, post more Letterkenny quotes over in the chat.
The poem that I want to read is The Dash by Linda Ellis, and it's something that someone read out last weekend, and it's just, it has such a good message for everyone, even though it's not such a wonderful thing when you're at a funeral service. So it goes like this. I read of a man who stood to speak at the funeral of a friend. He referred to the dates on the tombstone from the beginning to the end. He noted that first came the date of birth and spoke of the following date with tears. But he said what mattered most of all was the dash between those years. For that dash represents all the time they spent alive on earth, and now only those who loved them know what that little line is worth. For it matters not how much we own, the cars, the house, the cash. What matters is how we live and love and how we spend our dash. So think about this long and hard. Are there things you'd like to change? For you never know how much time is left that still can be rearranged. To be less quick to anger and show appreciation more and love the people in our lives like we've never loved before. If we treat each other with respect and more often wear a smile, remembering that this special dash might only last a little while. So when your eulogy is being read, with your life's actions to rehash, would you be proud of the things they say about how you lived your dash? That's the end.
That was wonderful. Thank you. Oh. Yes?
I'll just be
I thought Dan was raising his hand at me. Thank you so much. Can we get hashtag the dash over in the chat? Get it over there. Thank you all so much, everybody out there, speaking of which, for checking in and for donating. And speaking of, and there she is, Heather, Sunshine and Powercuts, $100 donation. Proud to be supporting the Livestream for the Cure, and we are so proud to have you, and just thrilled to have you. You're wonderful. Like I said, you're one of the most wonderful people that I've ever met in this crazy journey that is indie podcasting. Heather, like her show, especially, like I was in a really kind of dark time when I discovered it, and I can't remember even how at this point. I don't even know. But it was just, talking about nature and talking about donations coming in from Interrupted Tales. $20 for positivity and Aperture Science.
Oh.
Thank you so much for the donation. But
that's a callback to last year, I believe, because I sung "Still Alive."
That's right. Bandrew, did you want a song? That was $100 donation. I think she's got to sing for that, right? But yeah,
Be
Chad, super user
kind.
Chad said, "Thank you, Heather. My wife read that poem recently at her best friend's funeral. I'm so choked up, but I love you for reading that. Yeah, it's a,
You're welcome.
absolutely wonderful. And yeah, like your podcast, your show got me to number one to go outside more, and just be in the sun and just kind of pause and you know just think, especially when it gets darker in your mind or in your life or when bad things happen, when you lose people or whatever, to try to think about all of the good things and all of the wonderful things that you have and that can surround you and things like that. And that's, I think, the power of Heather's show, and it's the power of that positive thinking, that positive mindset that you put out, just sunshine into the world, put out positivity and happiness and goodness out into the world. And that's what you give to people. So thank you for that, because it's amazing.
You're welcome. I mean, it's incredible that if I can be just a little light in the world and make a difference to one person, I think I'm really sorry for um, Bear the Hairless's wife's best friend for the loss of their best friend. But yeah, if I can, I'm glad that that resonated with you. And just, yeah, if I can be that little light for a little bit, that's amazing.
And there we go. From Bear the Hairless, a $20 donation. Thanks, Heather.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
That is 287870. Has anyone seen Drew Hallam lately? Because he owes us some moonshine for 2,000, and we're fast approaching 3,000.
He's here.
There he is. Let's do this. We're gonna get you on
Hey.
soon, Drew.
Yeah, exciting. Thanks, Bandrew. He said he won't force me to sing. The poem was perfect.
It was perfect. It really, really was.
Yeah, it stood out to me, and it was one of those things that it left sort of this upbeat note to think about the time that we have and what we do with it. I mean, it's very easy to get caught up in everything and just keep rolling with the flow and accepting things or pushing things away. But yeah, there are things that are important, and maybe that's just having a cup of tea or coffee with a friend, talking to them and just letting them know, reaching out in a DM or something and going, "Hey, I'm thinking of you." You know, it makes all the world of a difference. I know that it means the world to me, and yeah, getting out in nature too, just to sort of switch off and de-screen for a little bit to get the goodness in from out there is amazing.
Yeah, it absolutely is. And Bandrew Scott said, the thing that brings me the most sunshine other than Heather is pronouncing Craig as Craig. Craig as
Craig.
Craig. I said Craig as Craig.
Yeah.
Craig is Craig.
Craig. Craig.
I got nothing.
Is there even a Craig or a Craig in the live stream for the cure? We need to find one, and it needs to be my mission for next year. Is
There
find
should
one.
be.
Yeah. That's on how pronunciations are different and how we say stuff, and yeah, it's. But thank you. I'm glad that I brighten your day. To wrap up, there's a couple of other ones on the downtime dice, and thank you.
Julio from the Contrarians. Let's celebrate Heather's talent and get Drew drunk with a $10 donation. Thank you, Julio.
Yeah, that sounds like fun.
I agree to both of those sentiments.
Yeah. Quick round again for everyone who's in the chat to let me know what their main way is of getting downtime that you like to relax, recharge, be creative, or connect with yourself or with others. That would be amazing to hear. Yeah. What else have I got?
Hashtag drinks on Drew. We're getting there, Drew.
Yeah. And I know this one is helping Cancer Research Institute, which is awesome. And I'm, like I said, wholeheartedly behind that. There are a couple of things here in New Zealand that help people with cancer as well. There's an organization called Look Good, Feel Better. And they do like a day away for people from the world of diagnosis and treatments and things to help them face cancer with confidence. So they can do pamper moments, or they take them out for an activity or an event, or just a bunch of people get together and fundraise for them as well. So it's cool seeing what things are out there to help people going through cancer and their loved ones. And yeah, this event is really cool because it's very diverse. It's so much different things that people bring to it, and it just makes it really fun, interesting, and super helpful. And I stole that from Bandrew.
And Kayla underscore Trappy said, "Hi Heather, I'm visiting with family and so sorry I can't watch your whole segment. Good for you for being a part of this, and you two epic film guys. Thank you so much, Kayla."
Hey Kayla, thank you so much.
Speaking of downtime, Caleb said he wastes his life playing Monster Hunter with Sean Kibler when he needs to relax.
Do you enjoy it?
It's
I mean,
about
that's the
having
main
fun,
thing.
right?
When you're hanging out. Yeah.
Kate says she does a round of DMs to check in with friends and they check back. It's priceless.
Yeah. And what works out is because time zones are so different, I happen to be her late night person. So I'm one of the people she can chat to when it's like ridiculous time in the morning if she needs me.
Sam from Movie Reviews and 20 Qs right down there in New Zealand says, "Go Heather, hashtag Huaka yeah."
Yeah. I saw your segment. That was awesome. I didn't actually know of your podcast before that. So, hey.
They are wonderful, wonderful people. And Sam joined us, like I said, on last week's Epic Film Guys as well. He's amazing, absolutely amazing. Yeah. He and his wife. It's an amazing show. And if you listen to like one movie podcast that's not your normal Epic Film Guys type movie podcast, quite frankly, where we just review movies and whatever, you do their show where it's just all sorts of fun questions. It's really, really great.
Yeah. It's awesome too to see people from all around the world getting involved in Livestream for the Cure, because it is an international thing.
Yeah, cancer affects everybody, which is why I love that we bring together everybody from around the world. Like Paul from Perth, he's running a race in Sydney this weekend, but still recorded the stuff early. We had Fuzzy Dan from Shaken Not Nerd. He's in Melbourne, I think. And, of course, yourself. And then Sam and Stacy from Movie Reviews and 20 Qs in New Zealand. All over the United States. Do we have anybody from Canada this year? I can't remember. I don't know.
Alisa and Sam on?
There you go. They're on next. Oh,
yay!
Saskatchewan's own.
Yeah.
I shake my head.
Yeah. They're lovely. They're amazing. They're going to join me in August for the next Sunshine Summit, which is really cool.
I can't wait for that.
Yeah.
They are amazing.
Yeah.
I was going to pull up the donor list. You guys crushed it during Heather's segment here. We have, I want to count the donations here. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 donations totaling, well, roughly $300 or so. That's absolutely amazing. Absolutely
Thank you so
amazing.
Much, everybody. I really appreciate it.
Oh, my. Where am I? There we go. Before we have to run away, before we have to, I don't know, cover Heather's solar panels up so her power goes out.
It's actually a terrible day today. It's very, very cloudy, and I might have to go run the generator after this so that I have power, and hopefully it doesn't cut out.
But please tell our audience, and I urge you, please listen to her show, especially if you are somebody that gets a little dark or gets a little depressed. It will definitely give you inspiration and just life renewed, at least a little bit. It's definitely worth it. But please tell our audience where they can find Sunshine and Powercuts.
You can find pretty much everything at sunshineandpowercuts.com. It's a member of the Geeks Rising network, which is geeksrising.com, and you can find other shows there that'll help explore your passions and help you along your journey. We've just welcomed on the Tourette's podcast, which is really awesome. So, yeah, and that's actually Tourette's Awareness Month this month as well, from May 15th to June 15th. So, get behind that one. And then you can follow me on Instagram and see some pretty pictures of nature that I hang out in at SunPowerPod, and chat with me on Twitter at SunPowerPod as well.
Well, Heather, you're wonderful. Thank you so much for being here. And I can just send you the list at whatever point you know who the top donors were.
Thank you.
Aside from yourself, you can't keep any of the downtime days.
I don't count. No.
You don't count.
Well, my donation doesn't count to the downtime dice.
You have Bandrew Scott was the dono leader, and then you had a three-way tie. Kate, Interrupted Tales, and Bear the Hairless, all with $20 checking in.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much.
From Rob Trev says, I don't think there's ever been a show that I didn't think I'd like, but is actually awesome as Sunshine and Powercuts. Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's different. It's a bit different, but I really appreciate everyone who checks it out and then, sticks around.
It is absolutely amazing. And Bandrew says, amazing job, Heather. I already have some downtime dice, so those three will have to fight for them.
Well, there's three. I'll send them each one. There you go. It's all
there
good.
you go. But thank you so much for being here. We're going to say goodbye to Heather.
But I'll see you again. I'll see you again
tomorrow, and I can't wait.
Yeah.
So we'll bid farewell to Heather, and we are going to